David's with us in South Bend, Indiana. Hi, David. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Hey, George. Good to talk to you guys.
You too. What's up?
So me and my wife just got married on July 24th. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we just got back from the honeymoon. So with the wedding gifts we have from all our guests, we got about little over $4,000 to, that we have our choice to choose from. The thing is, so my wife, she's pretty much on baby step 3 now. Now, my situation is I'm still on baby step 2, and I owe about $25,000. So, now that we have some cash that we need to make a decision with, I know that she feels we've had discussions, and I'm on speaker right now, so she can hear you too. But we've had discussions that, whereas in this is, even we got married, but this is more my debt. I mean, it was my stupid decisions that why I still got 25 left to pay.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry, you're wrong.
And
your wife already wins the first argument. When you walked down the aisle and the preacher said, "And now you are one," all that BS you just spouted went away. You don't have my debt and your debt anymore. You don't have my anything anymore. We have our. Your pronouns changed. You're home from the honeymoon. And so we have a pile of debt, and we have some money, and we have an income, and we are going to develop a plan that we are going to work together, or you're going to struggle in your marriage and in your wealth building both. Data from 30 years of working on this backs up what I'm saying, David. 30 years, millions of families we've worked with. Very few people build wealth when they act like they're a joint venture instead of a marriage. Very few people have a high-quality relationship when they act like they're a joint venture instead of a marriage.
Yeah, it sounds like you're both on baby step 2 as a family. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now we're talking. Okay, now we can talk numbers. We've set the table here, Dave. So let's talk about this. You've got $25,000 in debt. She's got this emergency fund. If you guys brought all of that down to $1,000 for that baby step 1 starter emergency fund, how much cash would that leave you to throw at this debt?
Well, actually, me and her both have baby step 1 done. Like we both have the $1,000 saved.
Okay, so now we have $2,000.
Yes.
Okay. And we have $4,000 from the wedding, so now we have $6,000. Am I right?
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have $25,000 worth of debt that you're bringing to the table, and she's going to bring how much to the we?
She has no debt.
No debt.
Oh. She's got an emergency fund, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. She's got a mortgage. She
Okay.
got the mortgage on the house.
Are y'all moving into the house?
Yes, we moved in together.
Great. So we have a mortgage now. Good. Okay, good. And so you really got to practice this. That's why I'm being so dramatic about it. It took me a few years in my marriage, David, and it was disastrous. I'll just tell you. It's very, very difficult. And I understand that you made the mess and you're throwing your shoulders back and saying, I'm going to be responsible and I'll clean up my mess and I'm not going to ask my wife to clean up my mess. And I appreciate the manhood of that, and I appreciate the strength that represents and the personal responsibility that represents. But the power of a couple working on something supersedes that. And so you've got to let her in. It's in sickness and in health. So if you get the flu, she gets to make you soup. That's how it works. In sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer. And the old wedding vows, David said, "Unto thee all my worldly goods I pledge." Right after the said sickness and health thing, right? And richer for poorer. And that was the final part in the Book of Common Prayer. And so, and there was something to that, this idea we're going to leave our parents, cleave to each other, cling to each other in desperation and work this stuff through. So how much do you guys make a year?
I make 55, but I do have child support payments. So after that, it's about 50 a year is what I finish out.
Okay.
And then about 52 for my wife.
Okay, so you got a $100,000 household income, $25,000 in debt, and $6,000 in savings. And if you work the baby steps the way we teach, and I understand this is all fresh and it may take you a little while to digest, but I'm force feeding you with a fire hose right now. Okay, so what we teach is $1,000 in the starter emergency fund. So I'm taking $5,000, throw it at the 25. That leaves me 20. How fast am I going to pay off 20, making 100? Probably 6 months.
I say they could do it in less if they go hard at this. They got a team now. They could do this thing.
And beans and rice and beans, and we're going to bust this, and you're going to be completely debt-free, and then we're going to go on and start saving our fully funded emergency fund. Then we're going to start talking about working our way all the way through the baby steps and paying off this house or moving up in house or whatever it is you're going to do there. So I think you guys are amazing, and I think you're going to do great. And I appreciate you coming on in front of 22 million people and let me bust your chops. But that's, you're not the first, brother. So it's, and you won't be the last. But what I want to do, too, is I want to give you a wedding gift. Since we just spent your wedding money. I didn't spend it. You did when you borrowed that $25,000. But anyway, so I'm going to give you a Ramsey Plus for a year, which signs you up for Financial Peace University for the two of you to go through together. It puts you in the Every Dollar Premium, the world's best budgeting app, and you'll be able to use all of this together. And, George, that's a great way to get started.
I love it. And combine those accounts if you haven't already. I'm not sure they have.
Ooh.
It's time.
Good call.